Oh no, it's not. It's fixed.
Okay, there we go then. Hello, everybody, and welcome to STS F1 for season 4 today in Australia. And I'm joined today by Rickson in the commentary box. How are you doing today, pal?
I am great, thanks, mate. Yeah, it's really good to be here. It's a new season, and it's looking like a very tight packed grid, Cheek.
Yeah, definitely. With a lot of guys from multiple tiers. We've got guys from AOR, SRL, for guys from the esports as well. Of course, for those who are watching, you'll see the names. But yeah, a really quick grid today, Rickson, and I've got no idea. I can't even predict who's going to win or even put it on poll today.
Yeah, I mean, the talent we've got on show today is going to be insane, and hopefully the latest patch that the guys at Cody's have brought out actually fixes all of the issues we've been seeing. I mean, we can't really go off that what happened last night, but it's looking like it could run smoothly. Anyway, I'm not going to say any promises or make any. Let's just hope for the best, too, that we can see out every lap of this race.
Yeah, hopefully tonight we'll have a good race. I know there were some problems last night in AOR with some of the leagues, especially I had a bit of problems as well with some pit stop problems, but we won't get into that now. But Rickson, I just wanted to talk quickly about the season ahead and some of the drivers we've got for season 4 of STS. We've got, of course, in the Ferraris, we have Alonso and Danny. So both very quick drivers, both in AOR and, of course, in STS. In the Mercedes, we have the Season 2 champion and multiple AOR champion, the Flying Finn, and the Welshman. I'll try and not be too biased towards him in the commentary box, but we've got Surprise Me also in the Mercedes. In the Red Bulls, we've got Eggy Simon and Maranzano. Then in the Renaults, we've got RDD Renard and Feisty Ted. McLarens, we've got STSF1 Coulthard and JP072. The Force Indias, Car Powerful and Strees. Saubers, we've got our both thoughts. We're in the F event over the last couple of days. We've got AOR Benjamin and Smack Dizzle, which is a fantastic name in the Toro Rossos. Melanie 88 and Sam F1 LFC in the Haas. And to round it off, we've got CRL Hamilton and ESR Stone in the Williams, Rickson.
Great, so early pace setters is Strees, but it's in a 1:21.4 early on to take provisional pole. Very early on still, early days. But everybody's taking it really easy still. I mean, I'm not much of a league racer myself, Chick, so maybe you can take away from my points more than back them up here. But I'm not sure what the pace is like around Australia. But I could never do a 21.4, so yeah.
I'm down in AOR 5, Rickson, so my pace isn't fantastic. I think I was doing one. So yeah, I'm a little bit off here. So let's just take a look.
So we have yellow flags in sector 3 as Eggy Simon is taking a slightly different line going through the last couple of corners. Not sure I've seen that one before, but as a lot of people are completing their first laps now, Cheek, who is your favourite for pole?
Oh, that's like picking who's going to win the Premier League. There's so many different options of who could actually do it. It's such a tough grid today. Bournemouth. No. I'm going to say RG Matiz for pole because he did qualify first in the STS time trial event that they did to see who would pick which car. So I'm going to put him on pole, and I'll do my predictions now as well because of course we haven't got formation lap or safety car on because of the issues we've seen previously in other leagues. So I'm going to stick with the win, and then I'm going to Finn for second and third. Yourself, Rickson?
Oh, okay. I'm going to go for there's so many people to choose from here. I'm going to go for a Alonso pole, and then we'll go Finn to win, Alonso second, and Matiz in third to round out the podium. I mean, honestly, mate, you cannot tell anything from these guys because they're all so close on pace. So it's just a matter of who can piece together that perfect line and nail that one lap that's going to stick them on the front row.
Yeah, exactly. I think there are anyone in this lobby can actually get on pole. Everybody's so quick, but these guys are going to have to be careful around Australia. I don't know what the weather is like for the race. Unfortunately, we can't see it from the spectator cam, but I know these guys are going to struggle with the traction coming out of the final bend because I've had trouble every time I go around that turn 16 doing sure. These guys are than me on circuit.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. So currently we've got sort of these guys are coming in. They're going to change their tyres and looks like they're going to go for one more run, Rickson.
Yeah, so obviously the shortened qualifying time for short quali in this year's game really only means you're going to really get one quick lap. So you've got to make sure you nail that one lap you get. And with these guys, you can guarantee a few of them, I say a few, most of them are going to nail the lap. And it's going to be very close for the kind of top 5 places maybe even top 6. And it's going to be very close. I'm looking forward to the race actually when it kicks off. See who's on the pace. See if there's any major crashes into turn 1. As you know, that's what we usually commentate on. So It's a bit of a different vibe today. We're actually going to see some good battles hopefully.
Yeah, we're usually used to commentating over some poor thing with only about 5 drivers finishing usually, so hopefully we'll see a lot more finishing today. But Australia it's sort of a half street circuit, I guess. It's pretty close with the barriers, but we'd hope that most people get round. But looking at the table currently, Rickson, Strees is on pole and Surpriseme is under a tenth behind. So it's pretty close at the moment. I'm just trying to find someone who's actually on a lap, but everyone's in the pits or on an out lap.
There's a lot of people out on an out lap at the moment. Looks like Renard is possibly the only person going around on a quick lap at the moment, but he's 7 seconds off the pace in sector 2. So I'm not sure I'm pretty sure this is just his out lap and the game's glitching for me, but there's still a bit of time left in the session. 3 minutes left. That's time to get round on your out lap and then bang in the quick lap. And maybe even get one more in afterwards, but obviously you are on the ultra soft tyres, so you do not want to burn those out quickly for the race. You want to take them as long as possible. And around Australia, you could probably give you more into an insight onto that. Is it a 1-stop round here, or is it a 2-stop?
Yeah, quickly, Rickson. RDD Renard went wide coming round the pit entrance and went straight into the barrier between the pits and the racetrack. And he's now coming to the pits. He's only got 2:49 to get some new tyres, and he's been delayed by his teammate who's changing his tyres. But sort of strategy-wise, I believe it's a 1-stop. I'm not the expert to know this, but I believe it's a 1-stop. But some people could take it to a 2-stop if they're quick enough. But from what I gather in AOR, which was on 2 weeks ago, it was a 1-stop, which most people did. So I think that's probably the best option, Rickson.
Yeah, so there's people starting their laps now. Strees and Surpriseme is not. He's in sector 3, letting a car pass, getting that space ready for his lap. I'm getting board with Strees into, I believe that is about corner 5 or 6, as he's coming around the swooping right-hander. You want to get on the brakes here, 100-metre board, maybe a little bit after. If you're confident enough, he nails that. I mean, I'm commentating on this like these guys have no idea what they're doing, but as a matter of fact, these guys know more about this game than I do the back of my own hand. So, Stree's looking good. Ran a little bit wide there going into the right-left, going into sector 2. He's still on pole, though. Nobody's really looking like they're close. There's Flying Finn coming through across the line now.
Oh,
it's
it's
to stick
a
it
quick
on
lap.
pole with a 1:21.1. Jesus, that is very fast. So let's see if we can catch anybody else. Stree's coming through into sector 3 now. He's a little bit off the pace. Looks like a couple of seconds, so he's going to be slower this lap, but like I said, you have got time to do another lap round here, Chick. Surpriseme, a little bit off the pace. 3,000th as Matisse in that. Alba, I believe he's in. Yeah, flying through sector 2, going into the left right now as Carl Palford has left the session. Trying to look at some splits, Chick. Don't know who you're on board with it at the moment, but surprised me in Sector 3 as JP has retired from the session. Is there anybody coming across the line, Chick, for you?
Yeah, I'm just on board with RG Matiz, who was one of the esports drivers which in the semi-final in London. He is on the plane to Abu Dhabi as well, so he comes round turn 16 to finish off his lap.
Surprised me coming across the line as well, mate. Sorry to jump in there. Let's see where that's going to put him. It's going to stick him down in 30s. He's 5 seconds off the pace, but he gets to go for one more lap with 20 seconds left in the session.
RG Matiz did not improve his lap time, so he's staying in 4th at the moment. He is 6 tenths behind.
Maloney, I'm not sure what happened to him, but he goes to dive into the pit lane and just spins out and almost gets his car sandwiched in the 3 minutes left in the now. The flag has thrown a few cars here crossing the line. Bit unfortunate with their timings, looking at Coulthard, Renard and Powerful there down in 14th, 15th and 16th. Flying Finn has finished the session on pole for now. Provisionally, Stree's in the pits, Chuke, so that's his qualifying session over with.
Yeah, I'm on board with Maranzano as he comes across the line in 7th currently, and he's going to stay in 7th for now. And, that is people just retiring all over the track, but who is... I've got Danny at the moment. He's on a quick lap. Can I see his telemetry? Is he up or doesn't tell me if he's up on his time? But he's 1.8 seconds at the moment off the pole lap. Currently in 13th.
Sorry to jump into you again there, but we've got Surprise and Matisse both coming across the line right behind each other. Surprise puts it 2nd place with a 1:21.3. Matisse gives up on his lap. Clearly not fast enough, and comes into the pit, so to 4th. And I believe he's going to keep that 4th. As
he is.
By the looks of it, every car is finished. So my pole prediction was right. Oh no, it wasn't. It was wrong. Sorry, I said Alonso.
You did.
But I'll let you run down the short quali.
Yeah, Danny right at the end jumped up to 5th place from 13th, so a good lap from him at the end. So here is the grid for the first race of the season at Australia. We got the Flying Finn in 1st place in the Mercedes. His teammate in 2nd, Surprise Mare. 3rd is Strees. 4th, Alonso. 5th, RG Matiz. Danny takes 6th, all-rounder 7th. Eggy Simon 8th. Cyril Hamilton 9th. Maranzano 10th. ESR Dizzle 11th, AR Benjamin 12th, Sam 13th, Maloney 14th, JP 15th, RD Renard in 16th, and that's what I got up to, unfortunately. So
that was a bit of a mouthful.
It was, yeah. It's
that far down in 30 seconds.
Yeah, usually I'm just used to doing about 6 drivers, and then everyone else is retired, so I don't have to do the rest of the grid. So hopefully, usually I'm done before then, but yeah, a bit of a mouthful. I'll have to do it quicker next time for round 2. So yeah, just waiting for the drivers to get in the cars and get ready for the race, Rickson.
Yeah, mate, it's going to be a good one. Going to be a very, very good one. It's just got to wait now. This is definitely the worst bit. Got 30 seconds to fill in some space. I'm not sure how we're going to do that. Apparently my audio is cracking as well. Not much I can do. Ash, I do apologise for that. But yeah, 10 seconds, Duke. Here we go. 10 seconds till lights out. I will let you take away the race start.
Yeah, hopefully I won't bottle it like I usually do when we record other things. So 1 second to go. Right, here we go then, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. It's a very delayed start there, but Finn stays in 1st off the line. You get on board with Surprise Me, who's all down number 1. And Surprise Me always do it. That's Strees going round the outside into turn 1. There's a great move from him. Finn's got a little bit of a lead now, but it's almost 3 abreast going down into turn number 2. Was a diving move from Strees, and the Ferrari's gone wide there. And he's lost a couple of places. Who is that? Is that Alonso? Alonso went wide. And he's
Alonso
down.
With an absolute shocker of a start. He's ran wide and has been overtaken again by who is that? No, that's actually Eggy Simon behind him, overtaking Danny M7 there for P6. It looks like Finn's already got a decent lead at the moment to Strees, who had a very, very good start there, Strees, to get Surprise Me at the first corner, I believe that was. So it was very, very good battling from these guys as we head into Sector 2, Cheek.
Yeah, the battle to get on board of Rickson is CRL Hamilton trying to go down the inside of all-rounder, decides to pull back into the fast left-right on lap number 1.
Strees has closed the gap right down on Finn in sector 3. He's going to try and go side. The other surprise behind him, hanging around there, he's lurking, waiting for something to happen. Good strategy in lap 1. You want to see out the first few laps. Nothing major to happen just yet. No crashes yet. There's a few crashes in the backfield as AOR Benjamins fell right back the grid there, mate. Finn going very, very far right in down the first straight, and into turn 1 we go for the start of lap 2, Cheek. And it's looking like a very nice order. Not very many scraps just yet.
Yeah, everyone's sort of in a procession at the moment on lap number 2, and it's so close, these drivers. It's incredible to see how close they can get to each other's gearbox without crashing or damaging any front wing. But we'll take you through the grid quickly. You've got Flying Finn in first place, Strees second, Surprise Me in third, Matiz fourth, Alonso fifth, Eggy Simon sixth, Danny M7 in seventh, all-rounder eighth, CRL Hamilton in ninth, and Maranzano rounds off the top 10, Rickson.
Yeah, so I'm on board with Alonso at the moment. He's all over the back of Matiz, who's all over the back of some. Actually pulls that gap, gets a nice run out of one of the corners there, and he is now got a decent gap. And also Matiz has got a decent gap to Alonso, and yeah, talking so fast here, I can't keep up. I've got to keep up with the words I'm saying. But it looks like there's a gap forming from CRL Hamilton back to Maranzano in P9 to P10. So gap starting to form, but the top five, very, very close to each other here in the early run-ins.
Yeah, it was only 1.6 seconds separates the top 5, Rickson. It's 1.8 now. But, of course, lap number 3, so DRS will now be enabled for the next lap, so these guys will be using that. Finn's going to have to go defensive coming down the pit straight over the next few laps. I'm not sure who got the fastest lap there, didn't see it, but...
it was Flying Finn, I believe. Flying
Finn, okay. Does Strees go for a move? It doesn't look like going down to turn number 3 and 4. But everyone's still pretty close in...
Oh, big ESR Stone. There's a bit of contact there between ESR Stone and Feisty Ted. Feisty Ted defending very well, though. Not afraid to go to the extreme lengths to hold on to his current P11. But Stone not giving it to feisty either. He's going to keep on going as Maloney and Sam F1 LFC behind, scrapping away as well. It looks like there's a big cut-off here between Maloney 88 and ESR Dizzle behind him in 15th place. So it looks like that's where the cut-off's going to be. But also that gap between Hamilton and Maranzano has decreased to under 1 second. So it's going to be a DRS fest in the next few laps.
Yeah, definitely, Rickson. Keep an eye on is the guys who have gone for the alternative strategy on the super softs and soft tyres. So I have to keep an eye on those guys now. So we come round turn 15 and 16. Strees is right on the back of Flying Finn. DRS is now enabled. Will he be able to get down this side? Doesn't look like this. Yeah, they're going to station. No overtakes down the...
Strees with the fastest lap there.
He did. I'm sure the DRS, yeah.
Oh, Hamilton has just made the move on all-rounder there for P8 all-rounder, getting done down the start-finish track with the DRS by CRL Hamilton. Looking very, very quick in the early stages is Hamilton. And all-rounder could now fall into the clutches of Maranzano behind him in that Red Bull car. And it looks like the scraps, mate, are further down the grid than I actually expected, if I'm honest.
Oh, all-rounder went wide there, and he's lost another place.
Yeah. Done it. Yes, it's not looking good. He's crumbled again. It's that Feisty Ted behind him in the Renault as well. It is all-rounder fell into the clutches of Feisty Ted, who puts it up the inside into the sweeping right-hander. Into the right-left we go. It looks like he's got the move done. Very, very clean there from Feisty Ted. He's moves himself up into the points. ESR Stone gets past all-rounder as well. I'm not sure if all-rounder's having issues.
Yeah, but he's got front wing damage.
Stone's got past him as well. Oh, has he? Okay, so he's had a little
on his right side.
He's dropping down the grid very, very fast now as Sam F1 at LFC going to overtake him, and Maloney as well. That's very unfortunate for EVR all-rounder as he's falling all the way down to 14th now, Cheek. Very, very poor start.
Yeah, poor start. I believe there was contact, what was it, with ESR Stone on lap number 4, so that's contributed to that damage to his front wing. He's going to have to come into the pits. Has he come in? can't see.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, he has come in. Okay,
Pulled.
so he's going to try and go for a longer strategy now, being at the back of the grid. But just the front two have broken away a little bit from Surprise Mare in third place. They've got a second now, so they've broken that the DRS. So I think those guys might be trying to just break that lead and just allow themselves to get further and further away from the chasing pack and try and battle each other to get the lead. But there's a really quick chasing pack, so these guys can't let off the gas, otherwise they'll be back into the claws of the chasing pack, Rickson.
Yes, mate. Now, looking on board, Stone, sorry, is got some surprising pace. He's very, very close to Feisty Ted. It seems to be after every couple of corners, Feisty Ted will pull out a small gap on ESR Stone, but then in the next corner he makes it back, makes that time back up very quickly, and so it looks like I said earlier, Chief, the back runners, the back end of the points is where the major scrap's going to be, and in a league like this, any points you can get count. As Feisty Ted there has a little bit of oversteer, looks like he was on the grass a little bit, had a couple of wheels on the grass, loses the back end, and that puts ESR Stone right behind him now, going down the start finish straight, round the final corner. DRS obviously activated as the Williams car of ESR Stone turns it on. Here we go. Is he going to make a move? He's a bit of a way back, maybe the next lap, as he's not going to look for the inside. He's going to stick behind him going into turn one. Obviously there is another DRS point right in this next corner, so he's got another chance here, a secondary, as height. He looks like Stone's still too far back. Maybe a bit of a different setup there, Cheek. Some people favouring for the straight line speed, others not so much.
Yeah, definitely just on board with that fight, and Stone was very close to the back of Feisty Ted there. He's going to, well, it's going to be a bit difficult to get through overtake on in this middle sector, but you know, these guys, they're so good, they can capitalise on tiny mistakes from the driver in front and get past. But the top two are still lead, sort of breaking away from the chasing pack, so another tenth or two on the chasing pack. But you know, these guys are really close together. Matiz and Alonso are right on the back of Surprise Mate, and there's a little bit of a gap then to Eggy Simon in sixth place with Danny right behind him. So Rickson, do you know sort of when these guys will pit off these ultra softs? You know, I don't know how they can last, how long they can last. You don't know? Okay. No.
Honestly, you're asking the wrong person. No, I mean, these guys can obviously take their tyres much further than anyone could. So, I mean, we'll have to see, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to be out for too much longer on these ultra soft tyres, because they aren't the hard tyres, are they? So they aren't going to go much longer than this, to be honest. I will be surprised if we see people out in a couple of laps' time. Sorry, if we see people coming into the pits in a couple of laps' time. But it looks like Matisse has really closed the gap on Surprise Me. I'm not sure if you managed to catch what happened there, but that Sauber car absolutely flying around with those relatively worn ultra soft tyres. And yes. I've just had ESR Ryan in the chat says lap 10, he reckons. So okay. I'm glad someone knows more than we do. They can help us out via the Twitch chat. So there we go, lap 10.
Matiz was in the wall coming round the big left-hander. He was all over the back of Surprise Me, but he slams into the wall. So hopefully he hasn't got any damage on that Sauber. It doesn't look like from my screen. No front wing damage, and no, wouldn't that fast. The
ESR Stone, I'm Feisty Ted again up the inside. No, this has been going on for a few laps now, Chick. Sorry to just completely shout over you.
No,
there.
Not to worry.
But we're on a very, very good battle with these two. This is scrapping for points. This is 1 point. And ESR Stone wants that 1 point. This looks like Coulthard has overtaken Benjamin for P15 as Feisty Ted has peeled off into the pits, Chick. So we've got the first guy in the pits properly. Obviously, we had all-rounder earlier on, but Feisty Ted into the pits on those ultra-soft tyres.
Okay, cool. If you can update me on what tyres he goes on to, Rickson. Just on board with the leaders. Actually, Surprise Mate and the chasing pack have closed down Strees and Finn. It's now down to 4 tenths. Surprise is behind Strees as they come through sector number 2. All very, very close. The top 5 are split is 0.6 seconds, and a little bit of a gap back to Eggy Simon in 6th place in that Red Bull. But it's still pretty close up front. And what tyres did
So
did he go on
Feisty
to?
Ted is down in P18 now, 10 seconds behind, but he's on the super soft tyres, Chief. So
Okay.
it isn't the soft, so he's going to struggle to get those to the end. So it could be a two-stop, but
Okay.
he's looking like he managed to get out ahead of All Rounder, who is obviously in P19. But obviously he is on the soft tyres, so Feisty Ted will ultimately have the better pace. But it looks like Flying Finn is now pulling away. Is that Strees?
Strees in the pits. Yep.
Is in the pits? Yes.
Yeah.
Beat me to it there. But yeah.
Yeah. So he's going on to a set of super softs. So I think he should be doing a two-stop as well. So it's really going to be a battle of who can make these ultra soft last the longest, and how long they can get the grips and not. People had a couple of issues last season with tyres, so hopefully we won't have that same issue. These cars are a lot more grippy than in the last game. Are far easier to drive, I find, but I'm not very good. So any improvement says I'm sort of these cars are getting better, but. The gap now.
Surprised me, he's really struggling here.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
I'm on board with this, but those tyres are really struggling for Surprise Me now, or Surprise Meh, however you say his name. I'm just going to keep on saying me because it's close enough. But going into the left, right, and Matisse on the grass a little bit there, Duke. He's getting impatient and wants to get a move past, but also Alonso behind him. I'm really struggling with the A's today. Really right up close behind him as they go into the final couple of corners. And is it time for Surprise Me to come into the pit? We will find out. Yes, it is. So, called it.
No, he's not in the pits.
That was Finn. That was Finn.
Finn,
right,
the brothers are in.
Oh, here we go. Battle of the brothers in the pit lane. That number 99 car, the Flying Finn, gets out, doesn't get held up. No problem at all. Very nice for him. He's going to want to get, a decent bit of clean air, but he's going to be caught right in the mid-pack, in between Dizzle and his brother by the looks of it. But there's a massive battle down the start, finish straight, 3 wide between Coulthard, Strees and Benjamin, I believe that was. Benjamin got the worst out in that Toro Rosso. As there's a 5-car battle, Duke. You've got to get on board with this.
I'm on board, yeah, don't worry.
Jeez, that Toro Rosso and Benjamin up the inside of the McLaren Honda pushes him wide of Coulthard, and Renard in that Renault manages to just tiptoe his way through that, Duke, in a sector 1. So I wasn't expecting to see that when Finn slowly made his way out of the pit lane.
Yeah.
But it's looking very close now. This is the best player tyre in places, and really try and push on in this race.
Yeah, this midfield battle is getting really spicy here. But they're going to have to be careful. These guys are on worn tyres. Where some of
there's
a big crash!
Iowa Benjamin! Oh, that was insane. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he must have got a little bit of oversteer and binned it. Bad place to get oversteer there, as it looks like that is, unfortunately for Iowa Benjamin, that is his race over. And we've had the first crash of the day as Sam F1 LFC takes the lead, as the rest of the guys on the ultra softs come into the pitch for the soft tyres. So Matisse, surprised me, Danny M7, Alonso, who else is that on softs who come in? Eggy Simon and ESR Stone are all in on the soft tyres as they've come in such a bad place. They're right in the middle of a battle here, as it looks like CRR Hamilton in the William just managed to beat Danny M7 out, but Danny M7 not going to give up that place easy. He's looking up the inside, thinks better off it. Great racecraft there from these two. And he's going to wait into the next lap, but I definitely think Danny M7's got the pace of a CRR Hamilton, as we are on to lap 11 now, Jake.
I don't know where to put myself with the broadcast because there are battles all over the track, because you've got Strees and Flying Finn battling away, and Strees has just taken Finn to take 3rd place. So technically Strees is now winning because Dizzle and Sam haven't pitted yet. But the battle for who is up for 6th place. You've got Surprise Me, Matiz and Renard all battling away. Renard, of course, is on worn soft tyres, so he's going to struggle here. So the Matiz and Surprise have gone past him pretty easy there. And Feisty Ted is also coming up behind this battle. So it's really hotting up here, Rickson, and like I said, it's difficult to know who to get on board with because it's battling all over the track.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the mid-pack is the place. It looks what surprised me. He is eyeing up a move on Matty's down the start-finish straight. Here we go. DRS for surprise me. Is he going to make it count? DRS, obviously, you've got the two zones right next to each other here. Not going to get him into turn 1, but coming in out of turn 2 and down the second DRS straight. He's a little bit further back. Looked like Matisse had a better line going into turn 1 and 2, and actually going into turn 3. It looks like Matisse has got the pace to just stay in front of surprise for now, True, but we will see what happens as we get later onto the race. It looks like Finn has just dispatched a Dizzle like he wasn't even there. Just drove past him and shut off. So definitely showing his pace in the midpoint of the race now, or near enough the midpoint of the race is Finn. He's going to want to chase down Strees, as obviously Strees probably got another pit stop to make on those super soft tyres. Not sure he's going to take them to another 15 so laps. So Finn just got to stay within an arm's distance of Strees to win this race. But Sam F1 LFC still helps soft tyres, Duke. He's quietly in that Haas car, and we'll see if he can stay there. I'm not sure he will, but we can wish. For,
yeah.
For an odd winner of the first race.
Don't think he can with the pack still pretty bunched up. So if he does pit, he's going to lose quite a few positions in the race. But yeah, if Strees can somehow manage to get these super softs to the end, he's some sort of tyre magician.
Absolute madness, mate. He's done another fastest lap. He's not messing around. I think he knows he's got to make a decent gap.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I've just Ryan again, ASR Ryan in the chat, it says Strees bottled it. 2-stop won't work. So maybe a Strees bottle, possibly. Hashtag Strees bottle.
Someone's in the wall.
He's looking good.
Sorry, Rickson, but Coulthard was in the wall there. Round Sunset got big from his McLaren, and he's really bottled it there. And yeah, he's pretty much out the race now. But the stone goes down the inside of, who is that? That's Maranzano. Can he go around the outside, around the big right-hander? Does he pull it off? He just about pulls it off. Great move from Stone there. And that's him up into 13th place. But I don't know where to get on board. It's big battles with Danny and Renard and Hamilton. It's just who to stay on board with, really, Rickson, at the moment. But
okay, so there is a decent battle here. It's not really going to be a battle. He's going to dispatch of him quickly, I suppose. But Mattis right behind Dizzle, ESR Dizzle, on those soft tyres. Strees, another fastest lap. This guy is on something else. He's taken something before this race. He's absolutely killing it as Mattis going round the outside, down the start-finish straight, and takes that position off Dizzle, and surprise me, follows him through. So that is Dizzle down to P6 and Matisse and Surprise up to P4 and P5.
Yeah, Eggy Simon has just dispatched of Renard, and Stone is going to go down the inside of Renard going into turn number 3. Oh, there's a bit of contact, bit of side pod bashing there, but he pulls the move off. Renard is trying to get those soft tyres go as far as he can. He's just dropping down the positions, Rickson. He's really struggling now. So, yeah, Renard needs to come into the pits sooner rather than later. Otherwise, he's going to be right at the back of the grid. Who else have we got around here?
Oh, Maranzano is right behind Renard now. He's going to look for a move into the right, left. Oh, God, you won't see an easier move today. Renard basically moved and gave him all the space for him to go around the outside, and he just overtook him before the corner even started. Very, very simple, clean overtake there. Maybe Renard's got a strategy call that we don't know about, but it looks like Maranzano dispatched of him. No problem there, Chu.
Yeah, for some reason on my screen, the Flying Finn is on super soft tyres. So I'm not...
super softs on mine as well.
Yeah, I think it's some sort of visual glitch. I think he's on... I'm going to go off the telemetry and say he's on soft tyres at the moment. But Alonso is also up to 3rd now. So he is... he struggled on lap 1, dropped down to sort of 5th, 6th place. But he's good. He's got back up to 3rd now. Matiz is a bit further back. And Surprise Me is a bit further back again. All sort of on the same strategy on the soft tyres. And you got, of course, Feisty Ted and Strees doing the double stop, it looks like. But that might not work in their favour, Rickson.
No, I mean, I'm not sure what's fast around here, but I'm guessing the less pit stops you have, the quicker you're going to be. I mean, Strees is looking good. He's got 3 seconds, but maybe Finn's doing some fuel saving, a bit of tyre saving maybe in the mid-section of this race. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But Finn up there still with his brother right behind him, followed by Matiz in 4th. Surprise in 5th, still in 6th, Feisty 7th, Sarah Hamilton in 8th, Danny M7 in 9th, and Eggy Simon 2 rounding out the top 10. And there isn't really any battles. I mean, the closest 2 people on track at the moment is ESR Stone, and Eggy Simon. That Williams off Stone has looked very, very quick in the mid-pack or the bottom end of the points. The whole race at the moment, it looks like he's in the DRS zone under a second, going down the start-finish straight as we speak. He's got the DRS on. He's a little bit too far away from that Red Bull. Obviously, setups can come into play here. Who's got the quickest straight line speed? That Williams is known for the straight line speed, though, and obviously equal cars are on at the moment, so that doesn't really make any sense of right. Absolutely roasting me in the chat there for my little error. And going into the first sector now. It's been a mess. It's also still behind it there. Not really any battles. CRI Hamilton in the other Williams right behind Feisty Ted. And midpoint of it. Has your favourite for the win changed in any way? As we're now on lap 16.
Well, I did
29.
I did predict Matiz to win, and Finn second, Alonso third. So I'm not far off it. But just an update. Sam has got past Renard, who still hasn't pitted. So I don't know what strategy he's going for, but he's just dropping down and down the grid, having an absolute nightmare there. So I'm still not quite sure what he's trying to do with those soft tyres, but. There's a move there. Hamilton should got past Feisty Ted on lap number 17. And Danny is getting involved with a bit of contact. Front wing to gearbox there, coming round turn 15, around turn 16. Trying to get the best grip out of the corners. Difficult traction zone as they come down to start lap number 18. Danny is all over the back of Feisty Ted, but Ted also has DRS. Will Danny go down the inside of turn number 1? He goes, he takes a look, but doesn't decide to do it. But it's still all over the back end of him. He's going to go try and get him through the second. It opens up. Will he try and make a move down the inside? Ted goes defensive. Danny do the switchback. He's down the inside for turn number 3. There's a bit of contact there. And he gets pushed wide, and Ted gets pushed wide. And then Eggy Ted gets past. Eggy Simon gets past as well. Eggy Ted. I do apologise. Still getting used to these guys, their gamer tags. But Eggy Simon gets past.
Brilliant.
Gets past as well, and Ted has really dropped off now, and Stone is getting involved as well in this battle for P7. P6 is all fighting away, but of course Dizzle has not pitted yet, so he's going to have to pit, and he will drop back quite a bit, Rickson. And I feel like such a fool now for saying Eggy Ted. Eggy Ted.
So to get back to racing, as hard as that is after that error from you there, the mid-pack looks like where the battles are going to be for the remainder of this race, up until obviously either an error. We're going to see that. We've seen a couple already. I doubt we're going to see that. Pit stops possibly for the guys on the super softs. So you're looking at Strees, Eggy Ted, and Feisty Ted, and obviously Renard and JP, but when you're down in 16th and 17th, you don't really feel like racing. I'm pretty sure you...
it's huge contact between Eggy Simon and Stone. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear. That was... Eggy Simon and Feisty had a contact round turn number 1, and Simon went sideways and took out Stone. So both the drivers have now got front wing damage. So these guys, that's their race ruined, Rickson. And better contact. I think might have to go to the stewards afterwards. Have to wait and see how that plans out. But nightmare for those 2 drivers there, Rickson.
What a shame. Things like that will happen though throughout the season. It's not going to be plain sailing as it is for the most of the grid anyway. We've had 2 cars out of major crash. AOR ended up sideways in sector 2, or even sector 1. Probably sector 1, as it is very tight through sector 1, but Strees, mate, in the lead, having an unbelievable race, 5 seconds ahead of Flying Finn. He needs somebody to race, although he is on the super soft tyres, but even then, he's just having a race by himself, really, listening to the sounds. You know,
Yeah.
he's having a lovely time looking at the scenery around Albert Park. He's having a great time.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. You know, winning the race. Who is that? So that's Ted's in the pit as well. Is that
Feisty Ted and Hamilton are in the pits. Hamilton onto the ultra soft tyres.
Both.
Sarah Hamilton, and the same with Feisty Ted, as Renard retires from the session. Clearly not having a good time down there in 17th place.
Oh, that's a big...
Cars coming out the pits now.
Yeah, it's a really slow start for Stone. They weren't really... And, of course, the front wing changed as well. And Simon's got out ahead of Stone as well. So he's been jumped in the pit stop there. So everybody's very spaced out now, Ricks. And the top four split by 8 seconds. But then the big gap then to Surprise Me, who is down in 5th place. And I've tried to curb my bias to him because, of course, he is Welsh and I am Welsh, so I've tried to stop that. And I don't think I've said it too much in the race, but I'll have to wait and see if he's batting away for the lead.
You've only said
lap.
it a few times. Okay, the leader is in the pits, Streak. Strees in the pits. So we're going to see. I'm guessing it's going to be the Ultras. 10 laps on the Ultras. Flying Finn takes the lead, but now Strees, the fastest man on the track, onto those ultra soft tyres, Cheek. Is he going to make up the places and take back the lead of the race? That is the question. And I'm pretty sure you have all of the answers. So tell us, Cheek. Is Strees going to win?
So, by my complicated over the race, and I think he won't do it. Plain and simple. He's got to come back 16 seconds in 9 laps. As much as I would like to him to do it and have a battle with the top runners right at the end, so it's a proper nail biter, I don't think he's going to do it. He will gain places. Will he get on the podium? That is what we have to wait and see if he'll get there. But it's going to be close. Because of course all the guys on the super soft now, they're pretty worn down, Rickson, and these guys will be struggling a little bit on the soft tyres.
Yeah, I mean, you aren't going to take the soft tyres the whole race, but these guys, especially the top 5 at the moment, league racing pros, veterans, whatever you want to say, they've been here before, and they're probably sick of this track now. They've done it this many times. But yeah, it's currently Finn and second. Matthias. I believe that is what I said my first, second and third would be, Cheek.
Well, if it stays like that, Rickson...
Don't hold me to that.
Well, let's say, if it stays like that, I'll buy you a beer next time we go out. If it stays like that.
Oh.
And
okay,
if Matiz gets it, you can buy me a beer. But he has got 3 seconds to catch. You guess. But
I guess I can buy you a beer. Yeah.
You can guess. Oh, thank you. But Matiz is only 3 seconds behind the lead. So potentially we could have a battle for first place over the next couple of laps. It depends what sort of fuel strategy they're doing. Maybe some of the guys, they've got a bit of a gap now. They're saving fuel. That, of course, a lot of people underfuel their cars at the start of the race just to be quicker off the line. But yeah, Surprise Me is 9 seconds behind the lead. And Strees has got past Danny now. So he's up to 5th place. 14 seconds.
And he's already got a 2 seconds already.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Who is that for? That is Coulthard's around.
Coulthard.
Yep, he is round. Front wing damage.
Sector 1 is really picking up some issues for these guys.
Yep.
As it looks like Hamilton has just overtaken Coulthard for P16. No points, but pride.
Yeah.
That's the difference between 17th and 16th, Trick. Just a bit of pride.
Yeah, Rickson, has anybody got any penalties you can check for me?
Strees,
Wow.
What? This guy, he's mate. I'll check the penalties now, but Strees, what? I don't even know. So it looks like Hamilton, CRL Hamilton, 3 second penalty. A lot of warnings for track limits. Renard, 3 second penalty. Eggy Simon, 3 second penalty. Hamilton has retired from the session there. Let's have a look. Matiz, has got 3 seconds warning limits. Surprise has got 3 seconds for track limits. JP072 has got 3 seconds for track limits. Strees has got 3 seconds for track limits.
Okay.
Renard got another 3, so that's 6 seconds for Renard now. Feisty Ted has also got 3 seconds. All Rounder also got 3 seconds. Hamilton got another 3 there, so that's 6 for him. Eggy Simon got another 3. There's quite a lot of penalties, and they're all for exceeding track limits. No corner cutting, really. Just a lot of track limits being exceeded.
Yeah.
I'll see if there's any notable names on here, too, but I really don't think there is.
Yeah, I just...
okay, looks like Mattis actually has 6 seconds worth of penalties, mate.
Really?
Stone's got some. Yep. Our second place sitter, Alonso, currently has 3 seconds for multiple warnings for track limits as well. So some of the front runners plain sailing.
It looks like, but geez, Strees is bombing it now. He's now 2.4 seconds behind Surprise Me, and he is catching him so quickly now in Sector 2. And I might actually, Strees could potentially get on the podium with the pace he's got right now in that Force India.
You have got to think of the penalties as well, though, Cheek.
Of course,
he has got a few seconds of penalties.
But
so,
Surprise and Matiz have also got penalties, so it sort of cancels each other out.
True, yes. So, could we see Strees? He's on another level today. He's absolutely bombing it around. The rest of the guys really struggling to keep up. 3 people out of the race, Cheek. Flying Finn in the lead, coming on to lap 24. It's Eggy Simon in Sector 1. What's happened there? I'm going to quickly go down. He's just given up by the looks of it. He's just peeled off the one side and given us run 10 again, Cheek. Flying in the lead, followed by STSF1 Alonso behind him. Matisse in 3rd. Surprise Me in 4th. Strees on those ultra softs down in P5. Danny M7 in 6th. Maranzano, actually, decent showing for him at the moment in P7. Sam F1 LFC, another decent showing in P8. Feisty Ted in P9. An all-rounder managing to salvage a point after his poor start in P10. So it's looking like it's going to be close come the end of the race when those soft tyres start getting a bit worn. And Strees already on the back of Surprise Me, Cheek.
Yeah, I've just been on board with him the last couple of corners, and he is all over the back of him. I don't think Surprise is even going to defend.
He's pushing him round at this point.
Yeah, he's going to get past on those ultra softs. I think he's just waiting for an easy opportunity to get past. He's all over the back of him, coming around the sweeping left-hander. Surprise Me is defending a lot here, and Strees is all over his gearbox. Is he going to put it down the inside, down towards his... And Surprise Me is very defensive. He's going to go try on the outside. Strees, can he pull it off? Bit of contact there, he's off the circuit. Oh, just about. They're still side by side. This is incredible racing from these two.
Gonna go for the switchback. I've never seen a move there before. Switchback from Strees. Gonna take it round the outside into the penultimate corner, round to the final corner now. He's got the inside line. Looks like he's dispatched of Surprise into the final corner, and he's also got that DRS as well to pull himself further away from Surprise there. But God, he's not messing around, is he, Strees?
That was
Anyone
incredible.
in his way are gonna get absolutely decimated as he overtakes them. And that is some move. That switchback there in the 3rd to final corner, unbelievable, Cheek.
That was like a Gary Neville moment from when Torres scored a couple of years ago in the Champions League. It was incredible. But I won't do the noise. But Tiz is the next person on Strees' hit list. He's got 7 seconds and 4 laps to do it. Do we think he's going to do it, Rickson?
Yes. I think I've spoke too soon, but the pace he's got, he's not messing around. I reckon he's going to have that P3 spot, no problem.
Yeah, and of course, I think you said Matiz got 6 seconds worth of penalties, Rickson. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, he has got 6 seconds.
So looks like the pace Street is going at, he will get P3 as long as he doesn't bottle it over the next couple of laps. He should be okay, but still a good points haul for the Mercedes team, and also a good points haul for the Ferrari team with Danny in 6th and Alonso in 2nd. But the top 3 are really keeping that gap. It's pretty much it's staying the same the whole time, really. But actually, Alonso dropped back now. He's lost a second to his brother in 1st place. and is allowing Matiz to get behind him. But of course, these guys are going to have to watch out for Strees, who's now 6 seconds behind the top 3 now, Rickson.
Yeah, I mean, he has like messing around. He's really looking to close that 6 second gap down. He's got to get it to around 3 seconds to make up the place. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure Street's only got 3 seconds only if he's giving himself more penalties as he's been pushing. And as there's yellow flags in Sector 2, I'm not sure if you can point me to who that is, Chig, but
that's
it's Coulthard going slow. Going very slow.
Yeah,
so it looks like he's letting cars past, I believe. So
that's nice to see. A fantastic shot from the helicopter view here on Strees. So it's now 5.9 seconds behind Matiz. But of course, Strees is going to have to get another 2.7 seconds to close that gap and get third place.
So you may want to jump on a battle here, Duke, for P10. All-rounder, Dizzle, and Feisty Ted. Feisty Ted in P9, as it stands. All-rounder in P10. And Dizzle in P11. Now, I'm no expert on this, but Ted's looking slow, and All-rounder and Dizzle look like they want to just get the move done, and... oh, jeez, Dizzle diving it up the inside of All-rounder, intercepting through All-rounder, coming back on the switchback. Little bit of contact, All-rounder's in the wall and out the race.
Oh, my.
How unfortunate for All-rounder. He's just not getting any luck in this race. What a shame for EVR All-rounder there. There's not really much else I can say about that, apart from that was very unfortunate. So, the 3-horse battle for P9 has now become a 2-horse battle, but I'm not too certain Dizzle will get this done, Duke.
Dizzle did pit. Dizzle did a 1-stop. So, both Dizzle. Ted's now 2 stops. So Ted should have faster tyres than Dizzle, but Dizzle is all over the back of him here.
God, this was quick.
That was close. What was that?
I was going to say, it looks like Ted had a little error there. Maybe a bit of tyres on grass. As that gap shot down very quick there from what I saw on the timings. So I'm sure they will be fighting out for the last couple of laps.
Yeah, they should be. The gap, actually, Matiz has closed the gap as well.
Yeah, that's right. So he's pulling away from Strees and closing the gap down on Alonso, and he's in the DRS zone now. And we could be seeing, I'm surprised I'm saying this, a last lap overtake for P2. What a mental end that could be. I don't want to commentate his curses, so I'm going to say could. No further than that.
But Dizzle is of Ted coming down the pit straight. Does he make the move this lap? Doesn't do it, but he's far tight to the turn. Is he going to be able to do it down the second DRS straight? He's there. He's going to pop it down the inside a bit far back. But you did see a diving move from him earlier down the inside of All-Rounder. Doesn't do it this lap. But let's get back on board with Matiz and Alonso as they're going on to their last lap. And Finn is only 1.5 seconds ahead, Rickson. So if Finn makes a mistake, he's going to be right in that scrap as well.
Yeah, as I've just tried to send a message to All-Rounder there to send him my condolences after that crash. But Matiz really closing the gap now as we're on to the final lap of the race, Duke. As the battle for P2 is not over yet, as he's going into the second DRS straight now. He looks like he's still too far back, and these guys are no pushover, so they aren't going to give up the place really easily. There's a little bit of oversteer there from the man in second place, as it looks like Matiz options and time now, Chick, to make a move for second place.
Yeah, it looks like, and he should be okay for third place as well, with Strees still 4.6 seconds behind Matiz. But yeah, Matiz is really running out of time to actually overtake Alonso ahead of him. And just an update, Dizzle did get past Ted, and he's now 2 seconds ahead of Ted. So Dizzle will take 9th place as long as he doesn't bottle it. But yeah, for now, yeah. but Matiz coming round sector 3 now, but I don't think he's going to do it, Rickson. I think he's going to have to settle for 3rd place.
Yeah, so if you want to jump on board with the Flying Finn, absolute stellar drive, no errors, no penalties, as he's going over to his team and slowing down as he crosses the line to win round 1 STSF1. And what a win from Finn, as I believe Alonso takes 2nd, Matiz takes 3rd, Strees takes 4th, and surprise me, the Welshman takes 5th. So it looks like Danny M7 coming across the line now to take a stellar P6.
Yeah, and then we've got Maranzano in 7th in the Red Bull. Good points over him. Sam is in 8th in the Haas. Dizzle is just coming around turn 15 and 16 to finish in P9. And to round off the points, we've got Feisty Ted, who is not bad with all the contact he had with Stone and a couple of other drivers early on. So he finishes off the top 10. We've got JP in the McLaren in 11th place. Maloney in 12th. We've got yellow flags in sector 2 somehow. What is going on here?
Coulthard, Matiz, and a little F1 centipede there. So, and again, very, very odd.
Yeah, very strange there, Rickson. So yeah, we have podium celebrations now as well, Rickson. So we're gonna see a Sauber on the podium, which would be is a bit different.
Shock.
Yeah, definitely.
Podium celebrations. Now, Finn looking very, very happy. Chuffed. I'd even go so far to say as the champagne sprays begin. Poor cameraman getting absolutely drenched. Bless him. His wife's going to be furious.
Yeah, and so he's wrecking the camera as well. There doesn't seem to be any cover equipment on that camera to block the champagne, so that's about $2,000 down the drain. But here we are for the table. Look at those penalties, jeez. Wouldn't expect that from such a good lobby,
Christ.
But Finn takes the win with Alonso in 2nd, Matiz 3rd, Street in 4th, Surprise Me in 5th, Danny 7th, Maranzano 7th, and 8th. Dizzle 9th, Ted rounds off the top 10 and the points, Maloney in 11th, JP 12th, Coulthard in 13th, and Stone in 14th, but I don't believe he finished the race. Is not flicking. Oh, no, he did. Yeah, Stone was the last driver. And then Pascal Verlin came 15th on my screen. So, yeah, fantastic race for round 1 of STS though, Rickson. It was just incredible racing.
Yeah, it was great. Now it looks like we're going to go to some podium interviews, Cheek. So we will get them in, and yeah, we'll have a great time with those boys talking about the race. I'm sure. So if you want to grab these boys,
invite them in. I'm pretty sure I'm friends with them on here.
You can just go through the game, mate.
Of course I can. I can do that. Yes, I can do that. View gamer card. Apologies for the delay, those viewers. Invite to party. Who else we got? Flying Finn. View gamer card. Invite to party, and was it Matiz as well, isn't it?
Yes, I believe.
Party. Oh, so we need to get Matiz in as well for the final podium position. Invite to party.
Here we go. Yeah, sure.
Rickson, you can take it away.
Okay, so everybody, if you want to put your sound on, we can all hear you. Your lovely voices.
What's up, guys?
You're right now. So if everyone's ready, I will start with the questions. So obviously we're going to start with the man who won the race, the Flying Finn. First question, really, how do you think your race went?
Oh yeah, it was so easy. Can't believe it. No, it wasn't.
I can't.
No, it was a great race, to be honest. I've been waiting for so long to have a battle like with Sonic. It's been so long, but to have Matiz up there as well is just truly amazing. And the top 6 in the stint 1, no, it was absolutely phenomenal. Shout out to Shrees as well, just quality driving really.
Yeah, Strees tried to make the two-stop work. Didn't really work out for him, but he had some insane pace near the end of the race, Cheek. So I'm not sure if you want to fire away the second question, because I've already run out of questions to ask.
Just to say, incredible racing from the whole lobby, really. With the everybody's so close, like you said, Finn. Everybody's so close. But were you always going to go for the one stop, or were you tempted by the two stop, or just always going to be a one stop race?
Oh yeah, it's like all of us were pretty much going for the one stop, but yeah, I was just really surprised with Shrees who went for a two stop. Maybe he hasn't practiced much to know which one's quicker, but yeah, one stop was always going to be the one to go for.
Okay.
Okay,
Alonso, what happened at the start?
Go on, Chick. Sorry, mate.
You were all over the place going around the first couple of bends. Was it dropped back to 6th place?
Well, I got a good start. I had a run on Strees and Surprise around the outside, but I got a bit scared when Strees pulled to the left, so I locked up and just went deep. So I just tried avoiding if it was like a lag incident, if it would have been a lag, like me flying into the wall. I didn't want any wing damage, so I just went deep just in case something happened. So yeah, from then onwards I just went for the undercut on both, I think on Matiz and Surprise, Surprise had to go extra lap because Sally pitted that lap, so yeah, and then I got ahead both of them, so that put me in a good position.
Great. So we will go to third place now. Matiz, how did you think your race went, mate? Because you were very quiet for the first, the second stint, but in the first, you were caught up in a few battles with the guys behind you.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It didn't go how I wanted it to go. In the first 8 laps or something, I got 2 penalties already. But every single warning was going wide at turn 1, which didn't really give me any time. But yeah, I was just stuck behind. It was a surprise, and then on the last lap when he stayed out, I did a little dive in the middle sector. Don't know if you guys got that on stream.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of us did.
Yeah, I didn't get much room, and I hit him, and I half spun him, and I was like, I don't know if it's my fault or not. I'm just gonna let him back through. So he lost at least a second doing that. So Alonso got past, and then yeah, my pace was there. Well, my pace was good. I just kept making these small mistakes, which probably cost me second place. So that cost me a good battle, definitely. So yeah.
So
what it is.
we'll take it back to you, Finn. Going into the next race, are you looking for another win? Or are you scared that the pace of someone like Strees could strip you of another race win?
The next track being Bahrain it's a track where I feel really, really great at, comfortable at. But these guys are really quick. They're super quick, and it's not just 1 or 2. It's about 5 or 6. So I think anyone can win there. Any one of us, 5 or 6 drivers can win there. So my aim is just to keep the consistency throughout the season, and if the win's there, I'll go for it for sure.
Right, well, thank you so much, guys. It was a very, very good race to watch. I'm not sure if Cheeky, you want to add anything else before we close off the stream?
No, you've answered everything, and the whole race was just amazing. The best race I've seen in a long time.
Sweet, thanks, guys.
Well, thank you all very, very much for tuning in to round 1 of STSF1. And we will see you all, maybe not next week, I'm not sure, because obviously of the real life Grand Prix. But we will see you around Bahrain for round 2 of STSF1.